tell me a little bit more about your family. You said you grew up in a holler. You had a holler full of family members, which is generally how that works in Eastern Kentucky. How prevalent was playing music in your family? Are you an outlier, or was it something that everybody did?
So imagine it was more like best comparison I have is to Luke Skywalker learning about Jedi Knights.
Okay,
They're really it was like like I said, we were old regular Baptists, and there wasn't a lot of people that played music in my family, but I had to discover that there had been by going. I found a fiddle, an auto harp, and a guitar in the old home place attic, and then I found photos that showed folks in my family, at some point in time playing music. The auto harp was my grandmother's, and she apparently played the guitar. She died in 1975 before I was born. 2 years before I was born, she passed away, and it was so hard on my papa that he really quit drinking and quit, swarping and all that, and joined the regular Baptist church. So, I was born in 77, and at that point in time, that was, if I went to church, that was where I went to church. It was the old regular Baptist. And,
sure. So because the old regular Baptists were sort of anti-music, was music for you something was it a rebellion, an act of rebellion, or was it something you just snuck and did?
Was it like Footloose?
It was kind of an act of rebellion, because it took a long time before I could convince anybody to give me a musical instrument. I was real fascinated, like I said, with those old instruments in the attic. And then one day my mom, it was interesting, one day, this is about the time I had been kind of begging around for instruments. She buys a keyboard, like a little keyboard that's kind of like a toy, but it teaches you to play songs.
Okay.
And I can still play all these little songs I learned off that keyboard to this day. All these little, Christmas songs, the birthday songs, and all those little. And you learn them one finger, because I can't do two hands on a keyboard at all. But you had to learn them. You learned them one finger. And then she bought a nicer one that had a little book, and we messed around with that. And I begged for a guitar, because a friend of mine had an electric guitar with an amplifier, and I was like, "Oh, that's how they get that sound." That's how it. And I begged, and finally, when I was about for Christmas, I'd played my friends. Whenever I go down out with him, but for Christmas of my turning, how old was I? I was like turning 12 or something like that. I got a guitar for Christmas.
Nice.
And it was just downhill after that.